Hey guys, it's Will. We're back with another episode of Creators Outlet right here on the Outright Geekery Podcast Network. We'd like to welcome Luke Stone, the writer and artist on Voodoo Nation. We were supposed to have Travis with us as well, but life got in the way and he can't make it this time around. But Luke, why don't you tell us all about this project?
Yeah, first off, Will, thanks for having me. And just a little correction. I am a writer and artist, but I'm the artist on Voodoo Nations. Travis, who couldn't be here tonight, he is the writer behind this, and he's done a very good job. So, yeah, Voodoo Nations it's a really cool project that the two of us have been working on. Now, we both have quite an extensive background with comics. We've kind of cataloged our own kind of pile of works over the last several years. And Travis was kind of pitching some of these ideas for a company I was working with at the time. And he brought up this idea for Voodoo Nations. And the more he talked about it, the more I fell in love with it. And I was like, hey, I think I want to draw this thing. And so we started working together on this project. And basically, just to kind of give all the listeners and viewers an idea, Voodoo Nations, basically, it's the story of two young missionaries who get their world completely turned upside down by this diabolically wicked witch voodoo priest named Bishop Lucas. And over the course of a 4-issue miniseries that kind of treks the world, you really get to see just how bad this guy can be and how wicked he can be, along with some other voodoo priests and things, as these young missionaries get their worldview completely challenged and everything. And so it deals with a lot of things like loss, and deals with some faith issues with some of our protagonist, and it deals with kind of like this world that not everything is always as you might see it or that it might seem. And Bishop Lucas particularly is a really fun character for me to draw, as Travis has written this guy kind of like Loki meets Negan, if you will. So it's a pretty fun project. It's pretty cool, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Now, how did you guys all get together?
That's a good question. So we all kind of run around in the same circles a bit. As you're, creating indie comics, you're going to eventually run into other people that make comics. And so our path kind of crossed through a mutual friend, Rob Anderson, and we wound up just kind of connecting with some things. I was running the Kickstarter for my Hybrids, the Sons of Gods, the pictures right behind me. That's the book that I write and draw. And I was just finished. I was doing the Kickstarter for that when it was the first 5 issues were wrapping up there. And so Travis actually stepped in and said, hey, here's how you can maybe get a little more funding and things like that. So he helped walk me through some of those things. And through that, we just started talking and really started thinking about, different story things and ideas. And we just realized it would be a really good idea to team up on something. And that's where this came from.
Cool. Now, how many other projects have you done yourself?
Me personally, I've been involved with several different projects. Like I said, I've got 5 issues of Hybrids, the Sons of Gods that's out. I've got 2 issues of a story that was going to be a 12-issue miniseries. Here's the problem with a lot of young creators. They get this idea that they're going to take on these big, massive projects, and then it's really impossible to do that. And so I started out with this big, massive project, and it didn't work out for us. But I wound up moving over into that and started doing it. And I've also done lettering and coloring on a number of different projects as well. So I've got probably 2 or 3 dozen probably about 2 dozen books that I've worked on over the last probably 10 years that my name's attached to. About 5 or 6 of those that I really want people to know about.
Like Voodoo Nation and
Voodoo Nation, Hybrids, yeah, and a couple of new things that's coming out with my company, Terraform Comics. But yeah, Voodoo Nations, it's a really cool project, and I hope to be able to dive into that a little bit for everybody.
Cool. Well, let's bounce to the Kickstarter.
Sure.
And just roll through this a bit. Now, just want to take a look up here. You guys have met goal.
We have met goal, yeah. It took a little more work than what we had anticipated. I guess we kind of went into it with a some big hopes and dreams that it would hit our goal a little sooner than what it did. But we have hit goal, and so we've got some really cool stretch goals that are coming out. Like one of those is, so now that we've hit the main goal, we've got a backer goal of 200, and we've got a stretch goal of 3,500. And so as soon as we hit 3,500, everybody that backs it physically will get a little charm, a little that we're having made that kind of goes on a necklace or a bracelet. And then we have some other things we'll be announcing past that. But we do have we've got a lot of cool covers for it and stuff. So that's one of the things that Travis has always been really good about. He really likes to add covers to different variants and stuff. And so we have the main cover that flashes up there, and that's kind of the guy holding the voodoo doll. That's Bishop Lucas holding the voodoo doll. That's our main cover. And then we've got two variants that we kind of started with. And this is Bishop Lucas on the Christ the Redeemer statue, which is this massive statue in Rio. Yeah. And so there's the two versions of that where he's kind of desecrating the statue, one at night and one at day. And so we call that the day-night variant. And then we've got a cover by Staniak, who did an amazing job on the cover. Just beautiful artwork. And so we've got that, which will also be available in a virgin cover, I believe. We're doing with one of the goals, we have a sketch cover, and I'll actually sketch a headshot, a bust of Bishop Lucas from Voodoo Nations. And then we just released a special weekend, a special cover for the weekend during what was it, San Diego Comic-Con that was at home. And so we did that cover, and you can actually see a little picture of it there where it says that for that coaster that we're doing at the 200 backer goal. That image in kind of black and white with some purple got put onto a cover, and it was available at a lower price for the weekend, but now it's only available in our collector's kit and above kind of tiers. But so that's a cool cover that we've got. And along that, we've also got like where you can get all of Travis's back issues of some of his work, and you can get back issues of my work and stuff like that. So we got a lot of options for people here. But
cool. And you've got a digital comics bundle. I see this more and more, and it's a great idea to get a whole bunch of indie comics and digital version, and whatever strikes somebody's fancy, they can actually go out and get the physicals, or if it's a multi floppy, possibly a trade of it.
Yeah, and the really cool thing is Travis and I have both partnered with a lot of people to help them with their projects and things like that. And so these are all people that we have some kind of connection with. You'll notice on there it says the Advocator, and the Advocator is something that that Travis has been a part of for a while with Rob Anderson and Chuck Pino. And Return to Sender is a project where I did a variant cover for it, and Travis helped that creator. That's his first comic book funded. So he helped him fund his first comic book through Kickstarter, by helping him and coaching him. And so it's really cool. And then we've got a lot, Mahoney's back there, one of the digital comics, the guy that I used to help with my layouts. I draw like several books all at once, so I've got several projects going, and my process is once a script is done, I send it off to the layout guy, and the layout guy will do thumbnails for all the how the page is supposed to be laid out, and send that back to the editor. Then the editor approves that. Once that's all approved, it goes into a folder, and as soon as I'm done drawing the project I'm working on now, I move on to the next one. So the guy that does my layouts, a lot of the layouts for me, actually does a book called Mahoney's, and so his book is available in there as well. And so we've got a lot of really cool things that we've been able to bundle together for all of the backers. So not only digital, but then we got some physical things coming too. So, and I see Return to Sender. Yep. That cover and the cover behind it that I can't quite read the script of it looks really cool. They do look cool, yeah. And to be honest, some of those I need to get a hold of myself because I haven't even read them yet. I was like, that looks really good. Okay. Yeah. So here is the main cover. Yeah, that's the main cover. And that's Bishop Lucas. And obviously, Bishop is not a typical voodoo term. And so there's some bits of the story without giving any spoilers in there. this particular villain has a, he doesn't actually look like a villain at first. He's actually doing good things to start out with. And he kind of takes on some of these religious titles as more of a blasphemous kind of thing. So it's really really neat. Just kind of the way this guy thinks. And he's really just really diabolical, really cool guy.
Sounds like me on an old Friday night.
There you go.
And this is the night variant cover?
Yeah, that's the night variant cover. And when I did originally that was the first cover that was drawn. So Travis had this idea that, we would do something that kind of looked like that. And so I drew it up, and our colorist that did the color for the covers, we weren't sure if we wanted it day or night, because there wasn't a clear direction with it. It was just kind of the line art. And so he kind of did these two different versions of it, and we could not decide which one we liked better. And so that's when we decided that, well, we'll just make a day night version of this. And so people can get one or the other or both.
And we have the first few pages of issue 1 for people to check out on the Kickstarter page. And you can jump right to the Kickstarter. The link for it is right at the top of the chat.
Yeah. So what you're looking at now, it's we do have the first 5 pages that are up there. And so we've got a really great creative team. I'll be honest with you. So obviously, Travis is the writer and I'm the artist. Brian Dawson does the layouts. He kind of did the layouts on most of the pages. And then after I went through with pencils and inks, we handed it over to Alan Emanuel. He's a great colorist from Brazil. So he actually, and this kind of story takes place around a real life event, even though it's fictional, but it does take place around a real life event. And it just so happens that the colorist actually had family that was affected by the real life event that we kind of start the book with. So one of the team actually has a real personal connection to it. And then the letterer is a guy named Jerome, and he does an amazing job with the work as well. So he's got a lot of words to put in these pages, and he manages to do it well.
So obviously we start out the first issue in Rio.
Yes. We kind of use that as kind of a reference so that people understand that we're in Brazil. But yeah, we start out in Brazil. The next issue will take us to another place. I can't remember what order he said he had it in, whether it was Mexico or I think it's New Orleans is where we're going next, is the next book. So.
Well, I like stuff like this that takes place in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a great job on the coloring.
Yeah, he really kind of captured kind of the brightness of the moment there, and the book gets ready. About halfway through, takes a real turn towards kind of a more dark and sinister feel, and he's doing a great job on that stuff too. I can't wait for all the backers to get a hold of it. And I know a cool thing about the page that you're looking at now, you see this kind of concert, and this is a real life band. And so we're really kind of tying in real life people to kind of the situation and the scenario. So it can be tied in, kind of like have that real tie into the real world and the natural side of things. So
a connection
Travis,
to the...
Yeah. Travis does a great job with stuff like that.
It's great. And obviously they go see the band and they hang out and get married.
Yeah. And then they go to Brazil. And then bad things happen.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of bad things happen.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Right after they cut the ribbon, everything
goes
south.
Pretty much goes south. Yeah. As they would say down here, it goes to hell in a handbasket pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like my first marriage. Yeah, I just like the sinister look on his face in that center panel, though.
Yeah, that's I always feel like the villain is one of the most important aspects of any piece of storytelling, and that's why we spent a lot of time kind of developing him, and a lot of it is that look on his face and the smile, and you'll notice that when the smile cracks, there's kind of a snaggletooth look there and everything. We really wanted to just make him. I kind of wanted him to look like if you would touch him, things would stick to him, like he'd be sticky and kind of smelly. That's what I kind of wanted to come up with.
A sticky, smelly villain.
Yes.
Smells like blood.
Yeah. Yeah, and the book actually has like this very cinematic feel. So it's kind of like the first 5 pages are it is kind of like this quick kind of preview of what you're getting ready to experience in the rest of the book. And then it just kind of opens up into kind of like this big like credits type splash, and then it goes right into the story and kind of gets you into the kind of the meat of what's going on. So,
and you have additional art samples here.
Yep, the art is finished for the book, so we're just waiting on colors to come back, and he should be done any day now. So he's cranking right along. There is just one page that is not finished, and that's page 25. And the reason why page 25 is not finished is because we actually have a slot available as one of the tiers that you can pay to have your face in the book. And so we have 6 panels where we're actually going to draw real life people into the congregation of kind of this pivotal moment in the scene where our protagonist meets our antagonist for the first time. And it's going to be, so it's kind of a big moment, and you can actually get drawn into that page. And so right now we've got 3 people that have opted in on that, and we've got 3 more available slots. So for like $150, you can be a part of the story, which is really cool.
They're going fast. There's only 3 left.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, jump on those before they run out. And the sooner the better, so I can start drawing that page. It's like for me, I can't wait to get it done. It's one of those. It's the last little piece to get done. So
yeah, come on, people, you're making them twitch.
Yeah. Yeah, we also have this really cool backup story that was written and drawn by some locals here in the Florida area. More local to Travis than to me. We're both in Florida, but we're a few hours apart from each other. I'm up in Jacksonville, and he's down towards Tampa. But this is a really cool, like 2 or 3 page backup story that's going to be in it. As you can see, the next thing there, we've got all these art samples. So we've got all the art is drawn and finished. Like I said, with the exception of that 1 page. But so we've got that pretty, it's pretty well ready to go. And Travis and I have both fulfilled, like we funded and fulfilled probably 6 or 7 different Kickstarters individually. So we're going to have like 14 Kickstarters and Indiegogos under our belt going into fulfilling this one. So there's really not much of a worry that it's going to happen. Like I said, we're pretty much ready to drop it as it is right now.
So you're crossing the line between indie comics and just being your own small press.
Yeah, pretty much. This is going out under Orange Cone, which is Travis's kind of label. But I'm a part of a group called Terraform Comics, and so Terraform Comics, we have several creators working together to publish, and I've been a part of other groups similar to that before and worked with other companies. So
yeah, I'm familiar with Terraform, and
cool.
I'm actually friends with Chuck. So
oh, sweet, awesome.
He was actually on my second podcast. We did it like on the fly because he doesn't like to plan anything. So.
Yeah. Chuck is actually my editor for most of the stuff that I do. So he's not the editor of this project. Andrea, I believe is the guy's name. He's we wanted to kind of go with we're really layering a lot of aspects into the story. So at first glance, this is kind of a horror suspense in the realm of like say a poltergeist or something like that, or a exorcist, where it has religious themes, but it's not a religious book, where it's just kind of this horror suspense that kind of uses those themes. So that's the first kind of layer. But once you kind of peel that back a little bit, there's some different aspects that, you know, both Travis and I share in our faith, and we also have with the editor who shares certain aspects of the faith. And so we try to have another layer there for certain people, and then after you peel that away, there's an even deeper layer of things that are there. So it's kind of a very multifaceted story that allows for anyone at any kind of range to really enjoy it. And it required that we have another editor that has some of that more kind of some theological training and understanding to kind of help make sure that we do that well. And so we had a different editor on this book, but no, Chuck, yeah, he typically edits most of my stuff, and he does an amazing job.
Yeah, we had a great talk, and it was kind of funny because one of his all-time favorite artists is Esteban Ibas.
Oh yeah, it's very good.
And Chuck got all excited because he ended up editing a book that Ibas did the artwork for.
Yeah.
So he was in the title credits, like next to Ibas, or he was like, ooh.
You know, I think that's what's so awesome about doing comics and indie comics, particularly. You know, you get a chance, right, especially right now in this culture, in this climate, you get a chance to work with people that you probably never thought you would have. But really, you know, we all love comics, and that's why we do it the way that we do it. You know, you just want to make stuff that people enjoy to read. You want to make stuff that, you know, that you can share with kind of your heroes and stuff like that. So I was really excited for him when he got that opportunity.
Oh yeah, he was excited because we were just geeking out, just like talking comics and, you know, everything in between. And I had just gotten in a shipment of prints from an online dealer whose private group I'm in. And I was like, yeah, I just got a bunch of prints. And I think this was like a couple of days after the sad passing of Joe Sinat. And so I was talking to him. I go, I've got this signed Loki piece from the Joe Sinat inking challenge. And it was inked by Rusty Gilligan, but all the original Blue Line artwork is Joe's work, so it's actually signed by both of them.
Oh, awesome! So
I was excited for getting that back, and then I was like, I just got 3 prints from, you know, 3 signed prints from eBass. He's like, no way! He like geeked out all over it. I go, oh, that's cool. I have something you like. Now this cover we're looking at right here.
Yeah.
Which cover is this? Because this one looks pretty badass.
Yeah, this is the Stan Yak cover. So Stan Yak is a Russian artist who's done a number of different comics in the independent comics industry over the last 5 or so years, and he's quite good. And so we were able to get him to do a cover for this, and to see his take on Bishop Lucas and kind of the whole thing, it really pleased me. I really liked it a lot. So this is this is probably my favorite cover out of all of them. And it's really wicked, and, you know, and it's pretty awesome, I think.
Yeah, like, you know, it makes you think, he goes, oh, he hasn't killed the chicken yet. Oh, no, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's a head sitting on some body parts. Yep.
Yeah, because he did a cover for another project that I had on Zombies Were Human Too.
Oh yeah, Austin Janowski. Actually, Austin just signed a deal with Terraform Comics, and we're going to be putting a book of his out here soon. So,
well, that's awesome.
Yeah, Austin's a great creator, and the cover that Stan did for Zombies Were Human Too is really good.
Oh yeah, I saw that cover and I was like, I go, oh, that cover right there, that's perfect.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, when I saw this, I was like, wow, I've never seen so many limited variant covers on a Kickstarter before.
Yeah, that's something that is that's kind of right out of Travis's playbook. He likes doing that kind of stuff. I'm kind of in that camp where I'm like, it gets a cover and then we go with it. But people are changing my mind because people do enjoy collecting the covers. And so yeah, we have the standard cover, which is going to be probably the most the one you're going to get the most of.
Mm-hmm.
The day cover is going to be a little more. It's going to be a little more available than our night cover, so the night cover is actually going to be a little more rare. But by the time you get down to that, the Virgin cover with the Staniak, it's 1 for 100. Out of every 100 that you find, you're going to find one of those. And then even more so, we didn't even list the new one, the HomeCon cover that we had put out. It's
for the San Diego Con at home.
Yeah, maybe 1 for 200 on that one. So it's very, very rare.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's cool too, because I mean, Stan's got a big following too.
Yeah, I really would like to see the cover move more. So if you guys like the cover, you need to go back that particular tier. Now you can only get that cover if you buy the at least the four covers. So that you can't get it by yourself. We did have a deal where you could get that one by itself if you got it with the San Diego with the HomeCon version of the cover. But it was kind of a slow weekend for people. I'm not sure why, but it was. But
people are like, "Are my kids going back to school? Are they not going back to school?"
I think that's what it is. There's such uncertainty right now.
I'm just like, each kid that goes to public school gets $15,000 worth of taxpayer money invested into them for that year.
Yeah.
I'm like, give me the $15,000 and I will homeschool my daughter happily.
Yeah, we've been homeschooling for a number of years since we've moved to Florida. So it's business as usual for the Stonehouse. So
that's great. So if my daughter ends up coming to live with me, she's not going to school around me. She's gonna be homeschooled. Yeah. So digital reward tier. I dig this picture.
Yeah.
So $3 or more, they get a Voodoo Nation's #1 PDF so they can read the book.
Yep. $3 gets you the book in digital format. So I mean, you could really jump in at any kind of at a pretty low bid. You wind up getting.
I think that's the lowest I've seen. The digital PDF version of a crowdfunded book. Usually they're like between $5 and $10. I've never seen them this low. So if you're short on cash, this is a perfect tier to jump in on so you can read this book.
And that's the idea. We wanted people to, we believe in the project so much. We just want people to get it in their hands. And we're also offering free US shipping on physical, on the physical tiers. So that's the other thing that, it's kind of getting overlooked. Like when you look at that price on the side, on any physical tier, if you're in the United States, it's free shipping. Like it's already built into the price. So you don't even have to worry about it.
That's pretty damn awesome.
Yeah.
Because, hey, nobody likes hearing anything more than free.
Yeah.
Or, no, I'm not pregnant.
Well, yeah, that one was pretty good too.
Yeah. I get that phone call at work and I'm like, I'm DJ. I used to be a nightclub DJ for like 30 years before my accident. And, man, I was like in the middle of a Friday night and all of a sudden the music ground to a halt. Like, what's the matter? I go, it's a remix. Shut up.
Yeah, so I will say this. So you got the regular PDF, but then you've got the digital deluxe, and the digital deluxe will actually give you like more pages of story. So it actually includes some of the other stuff and not just the normal pages of the main story. So it includes a bunch of extras in with it. So we've done pretty good. 27, 25 people that have jumped on those tiers, and then the Orange Cone digital. Which is what comes up next. That gets all of that gets kind of the parallels and all of the digital stuff that that Travis has done. But then it jumps into the main tier, which is kind of the $12, and that's just the physical cover, and you get the digital #1 for it. So you basically get all like the digital deluxe stuff, but you also get the physical copy, and that thing is shipped to your house for $12. I mean, think about it. That's not, if you're in the United States, that's not a bad deal at all.
Look, I just did a reply auction, and a guy bought 2 books. Guy bought 2 books off me, and it's costing him almost what he paid for those 2 books just to get 2 books shipped to him. So
I know, you know, so we ship books all the time. And so we really want people to take advantage of the free shipping that we've got to the US. So I think it really helps them out a lot, you know, but that's how much we believe in the project. You know, you could charge $10 and then do $5 or $6 for shipping. But, you know, we went for value here, I think.
Yeah, especially in this time.
Yeah.
Where, you know, half the people are still out of work, or only like, you know, back to work part-time, and
yeah,
all the unemployment bonuses have ground to a halt.
Oh yeah.
And now there is no second stimulus check on the way. So
they confirmed that they're not doing that. I thought they were still going to try to make that happen.
No, whatever Pelosi's in charge of said nope.
Oh, well.
They grounded to a halt. They said, nope, not going to happen. And, oh, yeah, we're going back on vacation again. So
I would like to go on vacation.
Yeah, I'd like to go on vacation and get paid for it. That would be wonderful. Yeah.
Now we do have another digital tier, the digital deluxe. That also includes 5 issues of hybrids with it. So you're going to get Voodoo Nations. You're going to get Broke Down, 4 Dead Bodies 1 through 3. You're going to get the digital parallels from Travis, which is issues 1 and 2. All 4. And it says hybrids 1 through 4. It's actually here hybrids 1 through 5. You're going to get all 5 issues of that's out, and then you're going to get digital Advocator 1 through 3. So a couple people have jumped on that. You can get just the day variant for the 15, or you can get the day and night variant for 25. But the best value. So then we also have the 3-pack. We have the retailer 8-pack. I don't know if you see that one there. Which one are you looking at now?
We got the triple pack.
Oh yeah, the triple pack is a good value because now you're getting all 3 of those. So that, you know, with free shipping, you know, that breaks that down to, you know, each one of the variants would be $15 a piece usually.
Yeah.
And so you're getting
$35. You get the main cover, you get the day and night covers, a 1 in 5 and a 1 in 10.
Yeah, and then
4 the 4 covers.
You get all 4 of those covers there.
So you got the regular Staniak, the day and night, and the main cover.
Yeah, and that's our best value, $40 shipped. I mean, that's
$10 a pop.
Yeah,
shipped, and
if you want them signed, we'll sign them too.
Yeah, they'll sign the books for you. They'll stamp them, send them off for free.
Yeah, the really cool thing is that, you know, because a lot of these collaborations between writers and artists, they're separated. They're really far away from each other. But Travis and I are just a few hours apart from each other here in Florida. So we're going to get together and do a lot of this packing ourselves. And so we're going to be able to sign things, you know, put things in there, do special stuff for those people that support and back the project. So it's be kind of cool.
You guys planning any local Florida signings?
We are, yeah. And actually we've got some retail, some retail deals that any retailer that decides to jump on one of the retail packages, like part of that deal is we will go to their store and do a signing as part of it, you know, to help promote the book there.
Yeah. So they buy the retailer deal off you, and
yep.
Yeah. You don't even have to ship them. You can just show up with them.
Bring them to them.
Now the $60 collector's kit.
Yeah.
You get all the covers plus blank variant.
Yeah, you get a blank variant, you get a blank sketch cover, and you get a trading card and a mini print and a sticker. So you get quite a few things.
Swag.
Yeah. Of course, my favorite is the step up from that, and that's the $100 one, where you get all of the covers. You also get the virgin cover of the Staniak, but not only do you get that sketch cover, but I will draw on it. Like I actually do like that. Yeah. That's Travis's Photoshop work, but you'll actually get, I will draw a picture of Bishop Lucas, and we're kind of keeping that to a head sketch. He's like, Luke, you got to stay to a head sketch. And I'm like, yeah,
because
it could take you out. You don't want to work for hours on those things, but I might. I'll work that out for people.
Yeah, you get somebody. Can you have Bishop Lucas take out the Avengers?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's going to be really hard to do. So we're just doing a head sketch on all those, and so we've already got a couple of those out, and I'm looking forward to doing more of those. That's also included in the. I think we have another tier that includes that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and this is the creators level pledge.
Yeah, and so there's one for myself where you can get Voodoo Nation, and you're going to get the day cover for that one, and you're going to get all 5 of Hybrids, the Sons of Gods, and that's the Terraform Comics branded one. So this is the first opportunity that anybody can actually get the Terraform branded Hybrids books, because prior to this, I was with a company called Starcross Comics, and everybody those sold really well. And so all I had was the Starcross Comics version. But after I left and started this company, I took the book with me. And so this is the first appearance of these being labeled as a Terraform Comics book. So kind of a big deal for me anyway, and for Terraform Comics, which is really cool. But so yeah, you get the day cover and you get all 5 issues of that. Plus I've thrown a couple extras. Anyone that's ever backed any campaign that I've ran or been a part of, they'll know that I like to throw in little extras like, branded bracelets, phone grips, things like that, buttons, stickers, pins. I just like to give people their best value. And then you've also got, if you haven't gotten a hold of Travis's stuff, let's say you're somebody that's already got all the hybrid stuff already, and you want to check out Travis's body of work. You've got his tier where you can check out, the Broke Down and 4 Dead Bodies 1 through 3, and then his digital parallels 1 and 2. And so you get all of that, and you get the standard cover, it looks like, on that one. So you get or maybe it's the night cover. I think he said the standard cover, but it shows the night cover. Yeah.
It shows the night cover. Yeah.
Yeah. And let's say you've not gotten any of our books before. Let's say, this is the first time you've heard about us, and you've just got, and you decide, hey, I want to get everything that you guys have to offer for $65. You can get the day and the night variant, and you get all of Travis's work, and you get all of my Hybrids work. So you get all of that together for $65, which is a huge value. I mean, if you add that up, that's like 12 books for $65.
Yeah. And shipped for free.
To the United States, yeah.
But wait, there's more.
There is more.
There is too, I know.
There is more. So there's, on top of the retail packages, which you'll be looking at here next, but beyond that, there's this thing that we call the Bishop Lucas, Bishop Lucas spell box. And basically what it is, it's a $200 box. You buy that box, and everything that we offer goes in the box. So that means every cover, every variant, every book that we're offering, every piece of swag we're offering, everything goes in that box. And so it just says, hey, for $200, give me everything you've got. I don't want to worry about it. I just want to get all of the indie comics goodness. And that's what we do. So we send that out to people.
That's great, because you guys have a lot of stuff.
We have a lot of stuff, yeah.
You get a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I get a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to sell some of my stuff so I can buy new stuff.
I do that all the time.
I'm actually selling my stuff so I can buy more Silver Age stuff.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we have different retail levels that you can jump in on. And it's, we break down the number of copies of each cover that you're going to get for those.
Small retail, $135. You have to be a store only.
Yeah. Yeah.
20 cover A,
Uh-huh.
10 cover B, 10 cover C, which are the day and nights.
Yep.
And then you get 8 cover Ds, which is the trade dress of the stand.
Yep. And then 2
And
virgins.
And 2 versions of the Staniak.
Uh-huh.
Plus Voodoo Nation's promo packs.
Yeah.
See, I was just guessing at what those were. I was like,
good job, man. Yeah, good job.
And then the $300 pledge store exclusive package. 100 copies.
Yep. And again, that's free shipping. So
free shipping. And if you're in Florida, they'll drive out to your store and you can have a signing.
Yeah, absolutely. More than happy to do that.
And all the books come with a free digital code.
Yep. Oh, and that's the breakdowns.
And they get a store exclusive with 40 dress.
Yes. So we will do a special exclusive cover for them that will only be for them, and we'll have their store and we'll have put it right there on the cover, store exclusive, their store's logo. And that'll be really cool. And so we'll do 40 of those with the trade dress, and then we'll also do 10 of those without. So we'll do a virgin cover of that as well.
Well, that is friggin' huge, because 2 companies, I won't name their names, want like tens of thousands of dollars to get, a store exclusive of, something. And this is a limited store exclusive.
Very, yeah.
And they can sell singles. They can sell 30 singles, and they can sell 10 sets.
Yeah.
Plus all the other covers, by themselves too.
Yeah. And as it says, it concludes store appearances for Florida stores.
And virtual appearances for non-Florida stores.
Yeah. We might be able to squeeze in a Georgia store in person, but, we don't like to make any promises we can't keep on those.
Yeah. Well, everything's going on currently.
Yeah.
It'll be a virtual visit. And this is the exclusive cover right here.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Now, who did this one?
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. That was actually one of the first images of Bishop Lucas that we ever drew.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That was the second time I actually did that on a live draw. I was working on just kind of working on how I wanted him to look, and that's what we came up with. And that design has stuck.
I'm looking in the background to see if Shaggy and Scooby are dead.
It looks like he would have killed him, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's not like, some kid in a mask.
Yeah.
So that is.
Yeah, that's the Kickstarter, man. And we're
the whole shebang, and it is right over there. The reverse angle thing screws me up all the time. Right over there in the chat. You can click on the link and save it and go check it out for yourself, and make sure you get these books.
Yep. 17 days to go.
17 days to go. They've met goals, so everything from here on out goes right to stretch goals.
Yep, right to stretch goals.
Swag, and more swag.
Yep, and the next stretch goal, we've got the 2. We've got that 200 backers. We're going to do the coaster for all physical tiers, and then we're going to do at 3,500. We're doing the Voodoo Nation's charm that all physical backers will get. So that's pretty awesome.
That's cool. I remember back in the day getting the book called Rune. I think it was from. It was a small press company that disappeared, and I was mad because I fell in love with like all their books and bought everything, and then they went put. The old CrossGen brand back in the 90s.
Oh yeah. CrossGen. Who was that? I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. I can tell you who it was in a second because I actually scored an art book for CrossGen on Facebook Marketplace for like $5
Oh, nice.
for like a $30 book. And what's even better is Joe Linsner is like one of my all-time favorite artists, and he did.
Very good. Oh, very good.
Brandon Peterson and Barbara Kessel.
Okay.
Among a whole bunch of other people, and it's just kind of like interviews with the creators and the artists, giving you like all kinds of like breakdown and all kinds of inside information, stuff that you would know that I would not, because I can't even draw a stick figure. But that's probably why I love comics so much. I'm like, I wish I could draw this stuff.
Yeah, I remember, man, I fell in love with comics when I was 5 years old, so it's been a lifelong journey for me.
Oh, me too. I still have the very first comic I bought, even selling my collection over and over again, because 16, I need money for a car, so I'm going to sell all my comics.
Oh yeah.
Thinking I'm going to get a Lamborghini, and instead I get like a 72 Duster, and with the body not attached to the frame.
Oh my.
It was great. You slam the door and you just hear whoop, 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 whoop for 20 minutes. Yeah, it was like one of the books that I kept that I never got rid of. That and my original Dark Knight Returns set. Those were never in the selling. My first book, I think it was Detective Comics, and I think it was 440. Oh, it's been so long. 447. Creeper kicking the crap out of Batman with a bunch of lions coming out of cages.
Yeah, I had a massive comic book collection that I had amassed during the 90s, and then I left it at a friend's house. And I remember going back to get the collection, and he was like, "Oh, I sold it." And I was like, "Why did you sell my comics?" He goes, "Oh, well, I just thought they were all my comics, and so I was selling my comics off, and so I sold it." And I'm like, I was devastated. I don't even think I stayed friends with him, to be honest with you. I never really forgave him. Maybe I should work on that. But I never really forgave the guy for that. And but so over the course of the last probably 5-7 years, I've been working on rebuilding that collection. And I'm really proud to say that a lot of the collection that I've built up is indie comics now. I really just enjoy like what people are making out there, and especially the ones that aren't attached to, the big two. These guys, they're just kind of regurgitating the same stories as before. So I like those old classic stories. I like the ones that have kind of been written. I'm not really a big fan of a whole lot of the new stuff that's coming out. Some of it's okay, but I just really like these indie groups, these indie creators out there. So
yeah, some of my favorite stuff is just like early work of some of like the big creators. Like I was digging through boxes for my auction, and I came across a brick, which is a complete run with bonuses of Timothy Truman's original Scout series.
Oh wow!
And it's even got the bonus book, and I don't know how these were distributed. They probably just sent out like as an extra thing, but it's a book that has like all the history of the character and the lands and maps. So you can turn around and make Scout into, an RPG or something.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Speaking of RPG, I actually got a guy developing my hybrids universe into an RPG. So that's pretty cool. We're working on the quick play to be printed and come out with the trade paperback. So within probably next month or so, I'll be launching another Kickstarter for my trade paperback, which would be really cool.
Wrapping up the first 5 issues of your series there and in trade format.
Yeah.
Those always usually tend to sell good because the biggest sale point in comics is graphic novels, because people would rather just buy a bigger book that has the entire story arc in there.
Yeah, I find for collecting, floppies is really kind of the way, like, people like to collect floppies, especially issue 1s, but really for readers, like, that's how you know if your book is being read, is issue 2 is selling, and then that trade is definitely where people will jump in, especially when you get 5 issues into something. And this is like the first, it's kind of the first completed part of the story, and I still got two more pieces to tell, but that will be done over the course of the next probably 12 to 18 months. Production got pushed back just a little bit because of COVID-19 and starting a company. So turns out starting a company takes a little extra work than
just a smidge.
Just a smidge. So
just a smidge,
yeah.
So we want to encourage everybody to go and check out Voodoo Nation live on Kickstarter. There's a couple more weeks left on the Kickstarter. You don't want to wait till the last minute. If you don't have cash on you right now,
it won't charge you until the end of the campaign.
It doesn't charge it to the end of the campaign. Plus, it's always got that cool remind me button that'll bring it up in an email for you from Kickstarter, like within like the last week.
Yep. And I just want to remind people that there is the ability to be able to be drawn into the comic. And let me see, where's that at? Okay, so the be in the comic, a couple things that you get with that. You get the digital deluxe stuff. You get cover A. You get the day and night cover. You get the Staniak cover. Yeah, you get the Staniak cover. You also get the virgin cover of Staniak. You get the blank cover, you get the sticker, you get the mini print, you get the trading card, and you get drawn into the comic book. So basically, you get all the stuff that you would for the deluxe, for the collector's kit, but you also get drawn into that. So we just encourage people to.
You're part of the story.
Yeah, you're part of the book. Yeah, and how cool is that you can open up the book and see your face? So.
Oh yeah, that's a very popular tier for people. I've noticed nowadays, like Graham Nolan did that for his Shanu, for his Kickstarter that he just did. He offered I think like 2 levels. One, you could be drawn in the book and killed, and for a little more, you might be a survivor.
Yeah. I don't know which one I would prefer.
It might kill me. What's cooler than seeing your own death, but you're not dead.
Yeah.
So where can people follow you on social media? Is there a web page specifically for this book?
Yeah, you can go to voodoonations.com. So that's VOODOONATIONS.com. So you can get all the information and updates there. You can also find us at Voodoo Nations on social media like Facebook. There's not a lot of Voodoo Nations stuff out there, so it's you can even just Google Voodoo Nations, and I believe the first one of the first things that pops up is us, and so you can find that and follow it there. If you go to Kickstarter, just type in Voodoo Nations. It's the only one that pops up, and so yeah, you can get all that information there.
And where do you like people to follow you on social media?
Oh, for me, they can follow me just about anywhere. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. If you go to lukestonstudios.com, you can find all of my social media links there. I'm at Luke Stone Studio on Twitter, and I'm at Luke the Destroyer on Instagram, where I post a lot of art and things like that. Plus, I'm on Patreon under Luke Stone Studios and all that kind of stuff. So, and I'm on YouTube. So I'm basically on all those things. You know, you can find me pretty much anywhere. But yeah, if you go to lukestonstudios.com, you can find all those links and you can follow me there. Or go to terraformcomics.com and you can find my work and stuff there as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for being our special guest tonight and telling us all about Voodoo Nations. And we're going to be excited to see this project get fulfilled and see who actually makes it into the comic book.
Yeah. Thanks again, Will, for having me. It's really fun to talk about the book and about what we're doing. And you know, anytime someone like you gives us, the creators an opportunity to share what we're doing to an audience, it makes all the difference in the world. So just want to say thanks for doing that and allowing me to come on tonight and talk about it.
Oh yeah, being a comic book fan since 1974 and coming up through the 80s with the huge surgence of indie comics then, and then into small press where there was maybe 3 or 4 publishers, and now there's 300 or 400 publishers.
Yeah.
So you know, we like to support, you know, indie comics whenever we can, because today's group of indie comic creators are tomorrow's, you know, major stars sitting in Artist Alley in San Diego.
Yeah, that's the hope anyway.
Hopefully next year. Yeah.
Hopefully next year. Hopefully once we get past all this mess, we'll be able to do that again.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So once again, the link for the Kickstarter is right at the top of the chat. And all the information is either up above or down below, depending on where you're watching us. And thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Creators Outlet. And we'll see you all again real soon. And congratulations on the Kickstarter. And
thank you.
Good luck with all the other tiers.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, man.